that feeling, right? When your cat just stares at you. It's like they're reading your soul, maybe silently judging your life choices.
Right.
Probably your snack choices, too, let's be real. There's this undeniable mix of ancient wisdom, playful mischief, and yeah, just a dash of sass in those eyes. They're just captivating. So today, we're taking a deep dive into cat eyes, unveiling the mysteries behind the feline gaze.
Right.
Our mission, basically, is to go beyond just how beautiful they are and explore the science, the incredible evolutionary stuff that makes their vision so unique. We've pulled together a whole stack of fascinating articles and research for this stuff, from science journals, pet magazines, even a vet's YouTube channel to really get into it. Okay, let's unpack this. There's clearly a whole universe behind that stare.
Indeed. And while those poetic descriptions, they absolutely capture the enigma, but what's maybe even more compelling is the biology, the evolutionary design behind them. These aren't just pretty eyes, they're truly evolutionary masterpieces, meticulously designed for, survival, stealth, and maybe, like you said, a little bit of drama.
Okay, so we've touched on that legendary gaze. But what about the actual mechanics, the physical bits that make this incredible vision possible? Here's something that kind of blew my mind. Cat eyes are nearly the same size as human eyes.
Yeah, it's surprising, isn't it?
We're talking about like 2.2 centimeters for a cat versus our 2.5. But their heads are so much smaller.
Exactly. Proportionally, their eyes are just massive compared to ours.
And if you've ever looked at a cat from the side, you see that distinct sort of protruding shape.
That's the curve of the cornea, gives them that almost glass bead look.
Right. And they've got the basics like a pupil, iris, sclera, eyelids, but then there's that unique third eyelid.
Nictitating membrane, yeah.
That white film that sweeps across, keeps things moist and clean. Pretty neat.
That third eyelid is just one piece of their really remarkable eye architecture. And speaking of remarkable, let's talk about their night vision. It's legendary. Right?
Totally.
Yeah.
Can they actually see in pitch black?
That's the common myth. Not total darkness. They can't, generate light. But they are definitely night visionaries, their secret weapon. It's this layer called the tapetum lucidum. Sounds kind of magical.
Tapetum lucidum.
Yeah, it's this reflective, almost mirror-like layer of cells right behind the retina. So when light comes in, this layer basically gives it a second chance to hit the photoreceptors. It bounces back.
A second chance. So it doubles the light.
Pretty much. It maximizes whatever light is available. And this evolutionary trick means cats are basically living night vision goggles. They only need about, 17th or 16th the amount of light we do to see pretty well.
Wow.
And that's because of the tapetum lucidum and because they have way more rod cells in their retinas than we do. Rods are the cells that detect light and movement, especially in low light.
Okay, so that eerie glow you sometimes catch in photos or in the dark.
That's it. That's the tapetum reflecting light back out. What's really interesting is you find this structure in lots of nocturnal animals, like foxes and even deep-sea fish, but not really in daytime creatures like us humans. So when your cat's doing those 3 a.m. zoomies down the hall like a mini panther, now you know their secret weapon. Those eyes are built for twilight adventures.
Right, built for mischief.
Maybe. Just one little caution, though really strong camera flashes hitting that tapetum repeatedly, not great. It can potentially cause damage, maybe even lead to blindness over time, so maybe avoid flash photos right in their face.
Good tip. Okay, so amazing night vision. That's a huge advantage. But does this specialization come with, trade-offs?
Yeah.
Are there things their eyes aren't so good at, especially during the day?
Oh, absolutely. It's a classic evolutionary trade-off. While night vision is top tier, they have some, let's say, quirky limitations in daylight, especially when it comes to focus. Unlike us, we can look at a book, then glance up at something far away, and our focus shifts almost instantly.
Yeah.
Cats struggle with that rapid shift between near and far. It's partly due to the eye size and how their focusing muscles work. It's like they have a built-in zoom lens, but no manual override.
No manual override. I like that.
Yeah.
And get this. They apparently can't focus clearly on anything closer than about 30 centimeters, like a foot away.
That's right, about a foot.
So, okay, all those times my cat comes up and sniffs my nose right before the head bonk, it's not just checking me out. It's literally because they can't quite see my nose clearly that close.
Precisely. They're relying on smell and those super sensitive whiskers for the close-up details.
Huh. Does that explain why sometimes they batted a toy right under their nose but seem to miss it?
It could definitely play a role, yeah. And related to focus, in daylight, they're actually quite nearsighted, myopic.
Nearsighted? How much?
Well, think about human vision charts. If perfect is 20/20, theirs is maybe around 2100 or 2200. rough estimate, but basically their vision clarity is maybe 110th of ours for static objects. They can see stationary things clearly up to about 6 meters, maybe
Hmm.
20 feet. Beyond that, things start to get pretty foggy or blurry for them.
Wow, okay. So nearsighted. What about color? Is the old cats see in black and white thing true?
Not quite black and white, but definitely different from us. They're essentially red-green, colorblind. They can't really distinguish red. Red things might look grayish, or maybe a kind of muddy green-gray. Orange probably looks more yellowish.
So their world is mostly blues and yellows.
Blues, yellows, and shades of gray, basically. Yeah. But if you think about it, connecting it to the bigger picture for a predator that's most active at dawn and dusk.
Right. Low light conditions.
Exactly. Distinguishing subtle colors is way less important than picking up differences in light, shadow, shapes, patterns, and especially movement.
Ah, movement. That's the key, isn't it? Despite the nearsightedness and the color limitations, they're amazing hunters.
That's their superpower. Their dynamic visual acuity, that's the fancy term for tracking moving objects, is incredible, maybe 4 times better than ours.
4 times.
Yeah. They can detect tiny, tiny movements, like micro movements, things we'd probably miss. We're talking down to maybe 4 millimeters per second.
That's insane.
It's a critical skill for a hunter, right? Lets them zero in on that rustle in the grass, or pounce on a toy, a bug, or, your unsuspecting toes. It's all about spotting and catching small, fast prey.
Unsuspecting toes, definitely been there. Okay, let's shift to maybe the most iconic feature, those pupils. Ever just stare into those vertical slits and feel like your cat is totally plotting world domination?
Ah, maybe they are.
But those slits, they aren't just for looking cool or, dramatic effect.
Nope. Pure evolutionary genius in action. Unlike our round pupils, those vertical slits can expand and contract incredibly fast, like high-tech camera apertures.
How much then they change?
They can go from wide open in the dark to narrowing down to just a tiny slit, maybe only 1 millimeter wide, in bright light.
Wow. Why that shape, though? Why vertical?
Ah, good question. That specific shape offers a couple of big advantages. First, like I said, that rapid adjustment allows them to handle huge changes in light intensity almost instantly. Think about going from a nap in a sunbeam to hunting mode in shadows. Seamless transition.
Perfect for an animal active at different times of day.
Exactly. But maybe even more importantly, that vertical slit shape helps create really sharp depth perception, especially for things on the horizontal plane.
Depth perception.
Hmm.
How does the shape do that?
It works a bit like adjusting the aperture on a camera to control depth of field. The slit allows for very fine control over how much light enters and helps them judge distances incredibly accurately, which is crucial for stalking and pouncing.
Makes sense for a ground hunter.
Right. And it's interesting, you see this vertical pupil shape a lot in smaller predators that hunt close to the ground, like foxes, snakes, gators, whereas bigger predators, lions, tigers, even us humans, tend to have round pupils. Maybe because our height gives us a different perspective on prey. It's a fascinating area of research.
Very cool. So, okay, beyond the hunting aspect, what else do the pupils tell us? I've heard they can show emotion.
They absolutely can. Pupil size is controlled by the autonomic nervous system, the involuntary part. They can't consciously control it.
So it's a dead giveaway.
Pretty much. It's a reliable window into their emotional state. You'll see pupils get really wide, like big saucers, when a cat is surprised or super excited, really interested in something.
Like when the treat bag rustles.
Exactly. Or also when they're scared or feeling aggressive. Big pupils can mean high arousal, basically.
And narrowed pupils, those thin slits.
That often signals the opposite. It can mean they're feeling angry or intensely focused just before a pounce. But it can also mean they're very relaxed and content, maybe snoozing in the sun. Context is key.
Right. So next time you catch your kitty, narrowing their gaze into that perfect slice of mystery, just know those eyes are built for beauty and battle, and yeah, they're giving you a little peek into their mood too. Okay, let's talk color, because when it comes to cat eyes, wow, nature really went all out with the paint palette.
Didn't she just?
We see those mesmerizing greens, stunning golden yellows, rich amber tones. They just seem to glow. And then you get the really striking ones, like those incredible blue eyes you often see in Siamese ragdolls, Himalayans, almost otherworldly.
And the biology behind those colors is pretty interesting too. It mostly comes down to melanin, the same pigment that colors our skin and hair. The amount and type of melanin in the iris determines the color. But there's another factor. Zinc content in the tapetum lucidum, that reflective layer we talked about.
Zinc affects eye color.
Apparently so. Less zinc in the tapetum seems to be linked with bluer eyes.
Huh. And what about those cats with two different colored eyes?
Ah, heterochromia. The odd-eyed cats. Yeah, that's a fantastic genetic quirk.
So one might be sapphire blue, the other liquid gold? It's amazing.
It really is like living art on four paws. It happens when melanin distribution isn't uniform between the two eyes. And speaking of blue eyes, it's interesting that most kittens are actually born with blue eyes, right?
Yeah, I've noticed that. They change later.
They usually do. As they mature, the melanin develops in the iris, and their adult eye color emerges over the first few months.
Are there any links between eye color and other traits? I feel like I've heard something about white cats and deafness.
Yes, there's a well-known connection there. White cats, particularly those with one or two blue eyes, have a significantly higher chance of being deaf. Specifically, deafness often occurs in the ear on the same side as the blue eye if they have heterochromia. It suggests there's a gene, or set of genes, that influences both coat color, eye pigment, and the development of the inner ear.
Fascinating. Now, does eye color tell us anything about personality? Like, are green-eyed cats sneakier or blue-eyed ones more aloof? Feels like there should be a connection.
Huh. It's tempting to think so, isn't it? We love to find patterns, but honestly, the research and sources we looked at are pretty clear. There's no solid scientific evidence linking specific eye colors to distinct personality traits in cats.
None at all. Yep.
A cat's personality is shaped by genetics, early experiences, environment, breed, maybe, but not really the color of their iris pigment. Their individual personality is just, well, fabulous and unique, regardless of whether their eyes are green, gold, or blue.
So basically, this stunning color might dazzle you,
Yeah.
but it's not going to predict if your feline overlord is going to be a cuddly lapped cat or a tiny agent of chaos.
Exactly. You still have to figure that out the old-fashioned way.
What an incredible deep dive into the feline gaze. Seriously. We've gone from just admiring that mysterious stare to really understanding the amazing evolutionary engineering behind it all. We talked about their incredible night vision, thanks to that tapetum lucidum layer.
Giving light a second chance.
Right. And those unique vertical pupils adjusting instantly for perfect hunting focus. Then the surprise of their nearsightedness in daylight, but how it's totally balanced by that unbelievable dynamic visual acuity.
Seeing movement like we can't even imagine.
Yeah. And finally, the sheer genetic artistry behind all those stunning eye colors. Understanding how their eyes actually work, it just deepens the connection, doesn't it? Helps you see them less like just pets and more like these wildly refined little hunters with built-in optical superpowers. It adds a whole new layer of appreciation.
It really does. And it sort of raises a bigger question, doesn't it? How does understanding these profoundly different ways of seeing reshape our own perception of the world? It makes you think about how wildly different reality must seem to other species, interpreted through their unique senses. So next time your cat just stares at you, whether it's affection or curiosity or, yeah, maybe mild judgment, just take a second. Look beyond the beautiful surface of those eyes and try to imagine the world they're perceiving. A world where movement and shadow might pop out more than static details or vibrant colors. How might your own view shift just a little if you tried to see the world through their lens?
That's a powerful thought to end on. Because with cat eyes, and really with all the wonders of the natural world, there's always so much more than meets the eye.